issue. Even the government is careful to handle it.
For us as a ministry, it is for us to find the right methodology of actually dealing with issues of that nature.
Now, this appears to be a prolonged catch-22 situation that continues to quietly brew on Broadway.
When you get nothing, you people that know what you. You no get money, you people that know I know you. Oh, me brother there with us all in Africa. With the poor there with us all in Africa. 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 Every brother with us all in Africa.
Water business, now we're all business. We don't have enough police to go and soldiers to go all over the mountains. Sierra Leoneans, then they go on net and they take power saw, then they cut the forest. People who claim to be elites, they go build now the green zone. I have had to personally take money from my own pocket to give it to bulldozers to bulldoze these houses. We are destroying one of the most valuable resources in this country and anywhere in the world, this water catchment area. A lot of people go at night and do exactly the opposite. And for those who are building mansions, those mansions are going to go down. The only sanctuary, animal sanctuary we have here for the chimpanzees. Human beings almost invaded, and they will come back complaining that the chimpanzees have affected them. Elsewhere, this is preserved. You don't need to be there. It is our responsibility. It's the national animal of this country, disciplinarians.
In the early morning lights of Lokomasama chiefdom in the Port Loko district of Sierra Leone, fields are ready for a bountiful harvest. President Julius Maada Bio arrives to witness a vision of self-sufficiency. P.C. and Sons, a name synonymous with agricultural excellence, is its inaugural onion harvest. The president's visit is a call to action for the private sector to join the agricultural revolution. During his second term, President Bio launched the Big Five Game Changers with Feed Salon at its core.
How of P.C. and Sons? Now, one of the private sector operators that we don't take seriously every bit of thing who don't tell them concerning how we improve this country. Today, Adinaya, as a testament to that, and for sure their support and to encourage others, private sector, for let them come in and do what we say good for the country.
The initiative aims to reduce dependency on imports and enhance food security.
Governments in plenty, but the private sector like the main engine for drive visa and for drive this alone, that is grow up, that the bagger, the seller, the
Local farmers play a crucial role in this transformation.
Oh, the different, the great. So the way the machine know they buy now when I know they see one bag of bass. We they sell all with the oxen. But this year we no oxen we have bass there. We tell God thank you for that. Una na talk and do, and una talk una do. Anyway, the profit what they get. One portion of the eater.
The machine, the way you see cow the abas, so put her inside. We hit them, but we not self don't see the abas now. So we not get about to talk pandandi.
We get widow, they are among we they not get man. We get picking they among we they not get papa, they not get daddy, and mama. We they help them small. Out of that small benefit, so we they get.
It will continue because ultimately it will continue. And don't bring something kind of life. What we say we get for trailer because we get it all in number.
President Bio calls for local business.
Years ago, a challenger said, that is so we want to run this country. We want to make they produce your thing there, so we don't want to supply other people the work and money.
With continued efforts, Sierra Leone is poised to transform its.
The plan for the October seeding for going to phase 2. The phase 2 will take me to 120 hectares of cultivation of land. In that we get 100 hectares will be onions and 20 hectares will be Irish potatoes.
Together, we can ensure that the rich soil of Sierra Leone nourishes its own people.
Retirement, a time for rest, but not for the late President Amatijan Kaba. In 1996, the former UN diplomat returned home ready for a new battle. Kaba chose politics. He led the Sierra Leone People's Party, the SLPP, in the first multi-party elections under the 1991 constitution. Sierra Leone was hopeful. Bad governance, corruption and war had torn the nation apart. A new beginning. Kaba became the first Muslim president of Sierra Leone. His roots were diverse. His wife, a Christian, who was a
Sierra Leone, like many African nations, struggles with one of the highest rates of child marriage and teenage pregnancy. According to UNICEF, a staggering 30% of women aged 14 to 18 are forced into early marriages, leaving young girls vulnerable and deprived of their future. In June 2024, Sierra Leone passed the Prohibition of the Child Marriage Act. It set the legal age of marriage at 18 with no exception, bringing hope to girls across the country.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The Act has 7 key parts. It punishes offenders, including parents and those who officiate child marriages, with up to 15 years in prison or fines of not less than 50,000 or both. Honorable Mariama Zombo, who is the Deputy Chairperson for the Environment and Climate Change Committee in the 6th Parliament, played a very instrumental role in laying a private member bill that now bans child marriage in Sierra Leone after decades.
I worked together with the First Lady, parliamentarians, the Legislative Committee, and generally stakeholders on this bill. I was determined that it will pass. Prohibition does not only mean stopping the marriage, but stopping the conduction of that marriage, stopping attendance of that marriage, stopping the promotion, the aiding and abetting of that marriage, stopping consent. The issue of cohabitation, which is as described in the Act, is having sexual relations and living with a child. It's also promote cohabitation. One should not aid and abet cohabitation in that law. And one should not encourage cohabitation in any way. A child is a child. Children have to go to school. Children have to be taken care of. Children have to be well taken care of in ways that will protect their future.
To end child marriage and teenage pregnancy, the government and partners must work together to enforce the law that protects victims. Dr. Modupe Taiwo is the Operations and Programs Director. Her institution has been working with authorities to ensure the bill was passed into law.
This is a new law we recognize, and we know that the structure, the mechanism for implementing this law will require many hands on board. No one organization can deliver on it. So therefore, for great learning, sharing amongst all these organizations is very critical. To be able to reach a wider audience at different levels is very important. So coordination is important. Coordination will help to build that structure of synergy where the different organizations, the different players can bring in their resources, including expertise, including financial, and the networks that we all have. And so when we come together and work, we can learn from each other, we can build synergy, we can pull resources together, and we can reach a wider audience. And then, of course, people will learn from that process. So really, coordination is very critical, and that's really encouraged.
With the high rates of child marriage, the Act was crucial to protect girls. It will improve their education, health, and reduce poverty. Dr. Fatima Madabio championed the passing of the Act.
I have rape issue in my country, I have early marriage issue in my country, I have infant and child mortality problem in my country, and these are my priority. So all the first ladies also, say the same thing. And then that's when we now decided at that meeting that we were going to change the name from African First Ladies for AIDS to African First Ladies for Development, that they were equal campaign. I have launched the Hands of Our Girls campaign. So what they...
Of 2007, first banned child marriage, but the Customary Marriage and Divorce Act of 2009 allowed it with parental consent, especially in rural areas. Honorable Abdul Mari Conte, the chairman Legislative Committee in the 6th Parliament, was in charge to ensure the bill meets required standards.
The committee had the responsibility to scrutinize the bill line by line and make meaningful contribution, meaningful additions where necessary. Because remember, it was a private member's bill. It's not a government bill, a private member's bill, and the process started with, of course, the honorable member from Pujong district that championed the bill, and of course the bill went through the relevant processes, went through the first reading and introduction, second reading, then of course committed to the legislative committees. So that's what we did, and at the end of the day we were able to come up with a law that criminalizes child marriage.
Advocacy is key in tackling issues like child marriage. Bio Jane Jallo is the chairperson, Child Rights Coalition.
The coalition, as well as individual organizations who recognize child marriage as one of the practices that limit girls to realize their full potential, because it prevents them from continuing school, it prevents them mostly to explore economic opportunities, it prevents them from participating fully in the development of their community, and it limits their voice even in their homes. And so at this level, now that the bill has now that we have the law in place, we are excited, and many of our members, including the coalition as well, are doing many other activities, conducting a number of sensitization activities to ensure that as many citizens as possible understand the key elements of the bill and work towards ensuring that the bill, everybody adheres, complies to the provision of the Act.
Sierra Leone has signed several international treaties, but enforcing them has been a challenge. Dr. Isata Mahoy is the Minister of Gender and Children's Affairs.
November 18th, which has been set aside for the day for victims, to mourn for victims of sexual gender-based violence. In fact, that one was spearheaded by our First Lady and His Excellency the President. So Sierra Leone is a country that is very much committed when it comes to protecting the rights of people. So this is why for any law or any policy that is put in place, it resonates with other international treaties. In fact, this is why we have, since 2007, you will testify that we've got many progressive laws that are pushing the country's agenda forward when it comes to domesticating the international treaties. We have seen that we had the 3 Gender Acts in 2007, Registration of Customary Marriage Act, and then we reviewed the 2012 Sexual Offences Act in 2019. All of these laws are progressive laws, and because we have the enabling environment where the President himself is also a champion for protecting the rights of people, especially those of children and the girl child, this is why we are working together with other international bodies to ensure we put our legislative things in order. So in fact, the Prohibition of Child Marriage Bill, which was passed into law this year, is a testament.
A 2019 survey showed 83% of women aged 15 to 49 in Sierra Leone has undergone female genital mutilation, FGM. Experts say FGM leads to early marriage and teenage pregnancy. Reverend Dr. Lucian Ganda is not only a media practitioner, but also works with child rights protection organization, Safe Hands for Girls, to give voice to victims of FGM and help educate the public on the dangers of practicing FGM before the age of consent.
What happens is that the child is open now to men, specifically in those village areas, the tropical areas. You see, traditionally, people will come because as long as that girl is up to 15, 16, it has protrude breasts, they will come for that girl. And at the end of the day, what comes out is early marriage. What comes out is teenage pregnancy. If not, the marriage is even better, because at least there will be somebody that will be taking care to some extent anyway. But early marriage is not to be tolerated, because I can't see a child of 15, 16, being in a matrimonial home. She is not ready. Her body is not ready to take up the pressure of marriage. So for me, all of these acts or whatever it is could have considered the aspect of FGM, which is a very terrible aspect that is leading most of our girls and even women to all of these exposures, health-wise and socially. It's another problem. These girls, finally, they will not continue with the schooling. What they will do is that they'll get married and then they will continue to give back to children. If not, you will see teenage pregnancy. At the end of the day, that child drops out of school. That's the end of the show.
The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, calls for ending child marriage by 2030. Sierra Leone is committed to this vision, but achieving it requires everyone to play their part. Nadia Rashid, who is the UNFPA country representative, underscored the importance of the act to end child marriages.
This is a joint program of UNFPA and UNICEF and the government of Sierra Leone. So we're really pleased to be able to launch this new phase of the program, which is really about accelerating action on ending child marriage as we lead up to the 2030 deadline for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, which outline very clearly the target of eliminating child marriage by 2030. So as we look ahead, for us what is really critical is strengthening our efforts, strengthening action, strengthening partnerships, strengthening financing, with a focus on reaching the most vulnerable girls, with a focus on ensuring that our support is expanded to address the underlying challenges, whether these are gender challenges or social challenges that perpetuate child marriage and put girls at harm.
In actualizing these goals set by the United Nations to end early marriage and teenage pregnancy by 2030, no one should be left behind.
Another key thing which we are suggesting is that there should be family support. Families, including parents, must be supported by NGOs, ministry, in starting up businesses, because these are some of the strategies which we can implement in ending child marriage.
Those who are going to get married, valuable ID cards given by the government of Sierra Leone. Do you have a passport to indicate your age? Do you have a national ID card? These are some of the regulations the ministry will have to come up with.
The law which criminalizes child marriage in Sierra Leone needs effective monitoring by all. Mohamed Mala is the program's director, Child Welfare Society Sierra Leone, a local child rights protection organization which has been pushing for a short act.
Prohibition of child marriage. But is that all? To me, no. I think the government owns a duty to do more, because the law is one, but the implementation aspect of that law is what is important to us as Child Welfare Society. You rightly stated, we still have data coming up, but as a civil society organization working in seeing that community is safer from girls, especially, we own a duty to monitor the full implementation of this law, and that is what we are doing. So what we've realized that is that the law makes a lot of provisions in seeing that community is safer, especially one that prohibits child marriage. But we want to see the structures, we want to see the mechanism, the variables. For instance, Section 22 clearly outlined that the ministry own the duty to put a lot of things in place. One is to make sure that we have a lot of social workers at community level, monitor activity at community level. We want to see reports of this coming out. We want to see the social workers. We want to see people at community level having access to information on these laws. Because once you have the important aspect in terms of information to every law, you are bound to work within the framework for this law. So public education is very important, and we want to see the government to come out to us, to the people of Sierra Leone, on a yearly basis, if possible, in fact, on a quarterly basis, on the impact the law is creating, because the law is here to create a positive impact in saying that child marriage is not only reduced, but it's absolutely prohibited. But if we don't actually look at the various clauses, sections of this law, and we put them into context, and we hold our policy makers, those that are in charge with the responsibility of making sure that these issues or activity or action or section of these laws are being put into context.
This is a noteworthy legislative milestone for the protection and empowerment of children in Sierra Leone. The Act addresses crucial issue that has long-term implications for the health, education, and overall well-being of the children, especially girls. With all these efforts, the fight against child marriage in Sierra Leone has just begun.
In the early morning lights of Lokomasama chiefdom in the Port Loko district of Sierra Leone, fields are ready for a bountiful harvest. President Julius Maada Bio arrives to witness a vision of self-sufficiency. PC and Sons, a name synonymous with agricultural excellence, is celebrating its inaugural onion harvest. The president's visit is a call to action for the private sector to join the agricultural revolution. During his second term, President Bio launched the Big Five Game Changers with Feed Salon at its core.
Proud of PC and Sons. Now, one of the private sector operators that we don't take seriously every bit of thing we don't tell them concerning how we improve this country. Today, Adinaya, as a testament to that, and for show their support and to encourage others, private sector, for let them come in and do what we say good for the country.
The initiative aims to reduce dependency on imports and enhance food security.
Government is plenty, but the private sector is the main engine for dry feed cycle and for dry farming. The way to be sustainable. PC and Sons, they don't decide saying the abasco they send as salon, a yard that is grow up, a yard that is bagger, and sell out.
Local farmers play a crucial role in this transformation.
Oh, the differently great. So the way the machine or they buy now when I know they see one bag of abas. We they sell all and with the oxen. But this year we not oxen we abas there. We tell God thank you for that. We not talk and do, and we not talk we not do. Anyway, the profit what they get. One person not the eater.
The machine, the way you see how the abas to put her inside, we hit them, but we not safe don't see the abas now. So we not get able to talk pandandi.
We get widow, they among we they not get man. We get picking they among we they not get papa, they not get daddy, and mama. We they help them small. Out of that small benefit, so we they get.
It will continue because ultimately it will continue. And don't bring something kind of life. What we say we get for trailer because we get it all in number. With the fair side and day.
President Bio calls for local businesses to join the agricultural revolution.
PC and Sons are one of the biggest importers, not only of onion, virtually of all the other commodities in white. But 5 years ago, a challenger said, not the so want to run this country. we want to make they produce your own thing there, so we don't want to supply other people work and money.
With continued efforts, Sierra Leone is poised to transform its agricultural landscape.
The plan for the October seeding for going to phase 2. The phase 2 will take me to 120 hectares of cultivation of land. In that we get 100 hectares will be onions and 20 hectares will be Irish potatoes.
Together, we can ensure that the rich soil of Sierra Leone nourishes its own people.
A place cannot produce poems. It can only not prevent them. And Freetown is good at that, for Freetown has its own sudden elegances. People are slow to leave it, quick to return. And there are others who come for a year or two and stay for a lifetime, sensing that they found a city that is in the world, yet sufficiently on the edge of it to have a different resonance.
Let me tell you something.
about this city. All of us. We're all just passing through. And we've all been here forever. Those who came, those who stayed, those who never returned. Tides turn, seasons change. We've waited and we've watched. But we've always been here. We've always listened. Because there is a different resonance here. It comes from the river, and the land, and the sky.
It's our place, all of us.
This city belongs to everyone.
And you know when it's your time.
And it's our time.
Listen, we are Freetown.
The golden rules of Freetown.
Don't pretend you're something that you're not.
Don't go thinking you're better than anyone else.
Or that anyone else is better than you.
Don't shout about it. Get on with it.
We are Freetown.
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 Yeah.
We found our voice again.
I'm from India and Freetown.
I'm from China and Freetown.
I'm from the UK and Freetown.
I am from Nigeria and Freetown.
I am from home and Freetown.
This city belongs to everyone.
The fishermen,
the taxi driver,
the barber,
the drummers, dancers.
All of us.
All of us. Everybody. We are Freetown.
The past is ours.
The future is ours. It's our time again.
And this city belongs to everyone.
The playwright,
the greengrocer,
the teacher,
the dog.
This space is ours.
This light is ours.
The beaches are ours.
The rivers now we own.
The roads are ours.
The bridges now we own.
We are Freetown.
We are all visitors and we've all been here forever.
We've got the mightiest river.
And the biggest sky.
And there's a resonance again.
Freetown. Freetown.
We are proud of this place.
We love this city.
And we want you to love it too.
We are proud of this place.
Na pass we all dey pass like stranger dem, but we all don't dare from them. Come here, and you'll feel it. That end of the line sense of freedom. Say yes to Freetown. Say yes to freedom. A place cannot produce poems. It can not prevent them.